Here in Philadelphia, Citizens Bank Park, MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So almost ready to get underway, and towing the slab in this one, Jesus Luzardo.
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
And there's a foul ball. Swung on, belted. That's back there. That one is gone. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. His first homer of the year. It's 1-0. Here's Mookie Betts. And a pitch. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And there's a base hit to left.
He was all over that one. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Yeah, here comes Tommy Edman. Betts on at first, nobody out. Got him swinging for the strikeout, and the runner holds.
Batting fourth, right fielder.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. And a swing and a miss. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. Will Smith to the plate. Just missed.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
2 outs. Just missed. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. Kike Hernandez at the plate. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Looking back at the solo blast that led off the game. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Philadelphia, our starter in this one, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he's not a rookie, but still very young in this game, learning his craft. I think the key is getting consistent reps and the opportunity to develop his stuff. Looking forward to watching him pitch in this one.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Kyle Schwarber.
Designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Shortstop.
Here's
Trey
Turner now.
Turner.
1 down, Phillies down a run. Late with the swing there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
inside.
That's inside.
And that's ball 2. 1 out, bases empty. Into center and a base hit.
Good extension on that swing. Took the
Batting
pitch on the
third.
outside part of the
First
plate
baseman,
and drove it up the middle. He let it
Harper.
travel just enough. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see.
Turner runs.
Oh, that's
Pitch
off the plate.
outside. Throw to second. Out. And that one is downstairs. Full count now. The 3-2 is outside, and it's ball 4.
You know, I think he's
Batting
okay
fourth,
with that
third
outcome.
baseman,
It wasn't an intentional
Alec
walk, but
Bohm.
he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
And here comes Alec Bohm. The 1-1 is fouled off. Harper off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Smith down to first, and it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. Back here, Citizens
Leading
Bank
off
Park,
for the Dodgers,
top of the
left
2nd.
fielder,
The batter will be
Michael
Michael
Conforto.
Conforto. Swing and a ground ball, and foul ball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Fastball is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next offering misses down and away.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. And that is out of play. Outside low, and the count is even 2-2. Swing and a bouncer and a foul ball. There's a swing and a drive. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Headed for the plate. Tag, and he's out at the plate.
Batting 9th, center fielder, Andy
So digging in,
Pajes.
Andy Pajes. Late on that fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Still in the 2nd, already at 44 pitches, so some concern there. And that's downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
The designated
So the
hitter,
batting order
Max
turns
Muncy.
over. Here's some real power at the plate. Max Muncy. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Ready to go for the last
Leading
half of the
off
inning.
for
Max
the
Kepler at the
Phillies,
plate.
Left fielder.
Well, Boog, the
Max
story's been told that
Kepler.
Yamamoto's bag of tricks is an actual bag that he carries around. Inside the bag, he keeps a yoga mat, wooden blocks, tiny soccer balls, and mini javelins. He uses
ball,
all of that
2
just
strikes.
for his warm-up routine.
Ring him up, says Darryl Parker. That's a strikeout.
Batting six, right
Nick Castellanos
fielder,
at the plate now.
Castellanos.
Swings through that one.
Yamamoto's warm-up includes doing headstands and walking on his palms. He uses blocks to work on body positioning, hurls mini soccer balls into a wall to warm up his arm, and then heads to the field to throw mini javelins. I don't think anyone else is stealing his pregame routine anytime soon.
One down, base is empty. Castellanos swings and lifts a high fly ball. Deep left field. Pulls it in on the warning track. Here's JT Realmuto. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. And we're back.
Leading
Top
off
half
for
of the
the
third
Dodgers,
inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts.
No.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up one run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Tommy Edman at the plate.
Second baseman, Tommy Edman.
Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. That one just misses.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one in the dirt. Counts full, 3-2. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along. 2 down, base is empty. Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one off the mark, and a count 2-1.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you get a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the last of the third. This is Bryson Stott. One and 2 now.
That's a ball.
Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Hernandez drop step going back. Way back there and gone. He leaves the yard to right. It's 1-1. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. 2-1 now. That one is absolutely belted. And that gets down into the gap. Around first, heading for 2. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Everything came together for him. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up. That missed by a lot. And it's 2-1.
Well, these Phillies doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there. And that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Next offering upstairs.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage. And that might be the case today.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. And it's an RBI single. It's 2-1.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
On the ground, and it goes just foul.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning.
Hauls it in, 1 away. Applies the tag, and they get 2. Double play.
First baseman,
Here is Bryce Harper. The 1-1. That's hard hit on the line. Conforto snags it, and that ends the inning. New inning getting started, and up to the plate is Will Smith.
So after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row. Here's Kike Hernandez.
For the Dodgers, first baseman, Kike Hernandez.
Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Michael Conforto will climb in. Swing and blast one down the line. It's gone if it's fair, but it hooks foul.
Well, that ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike. You go after him and finish him off.
And no one can get there. Coming home. The relay throw. He'll score. It's 2-2.
Well, we're starting over again, all tied up. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Boog, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect.
Swing and a miss, and the count's full. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. A 2-run homer, his first homer of the year. It's 4-2. And now the center fielder, Andy Pajes. One down, base is empty. Ripped, but it curls foul. Here's a 1-2. Just missed.
Just not taking the bait right there, but a good pitch with 2 strikes.
Line drive. Could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. Not going to get him. He's in there.
Now batting, designated hitter,
So a lefty out of the pen, Christopher Sanchez.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Back to the top of the lineup, Max Muncy digs in now. And that's outside. And it's 2-1. One out and a runner at second. Top half of inning number 4. In the dirt. in at second. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And the funky Muncie is stifled by the strikeout. Here's Mookie Betts now. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Tosses to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Back at Citizens Bank Park, here's the third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Third baseman, Alec Bohm.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Oh, he didn't miss by much right there, but it was just enough to clip him on the way in.
Now batting Max Kepler. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Hernandez settles underneath it. Makes the grab, one away. Here's Nicholas Castellanos.
Right
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Next pitch is outside. Boom. Over at first with one away. Next one is off the plate. And that's ball 3. That one fouled off.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. And that's a little bit high. 2-1.
2-1.
And there's a
3
ball.
balls, 1 strike.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swing and a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. All set for the start of the inning. And here is Tommy Edman.
Booga, never got to play at Citizens Bank Park in my career, just the old Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, but the crowds here are just as energetic now as they were at that old park. And trust me, as an outfielder visiting town, you're going to hear it from the fans out there in the bleachers.
On the ground, right side, and it stays fair.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield.
Runner on the move. There's a ball. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
High leg kick hangs in the air, but he read it nicely, and now in scoring position to add on to this lead.
Too low, and it's ball 3.
You know, these Dodgers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well. With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out, and we're at the top of the 5th. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. On the ground to the left,
Foul.
and that's just foul. Man at second. Got him. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. The batter now will be Will Smith. That's a strike. 1 and 2.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat head, he's very capable of finding green space and driving in that run.
Down and in, moved his feet.
Three and 2.
1 out and a runner at second. Fights it off. He'll see another. To the right side. Stop. Throws to first. That was a strong at bat, even though he couldn't find a way on base.
Now
Here's
batting,
Kike
the
Hernandez.
first baseman, Kike Hernandez.
Fought off foul. Runner at third. 2 away. Still 2 and 2 after the foul ball. And downstairs. Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott. Fouls it off, still 1 and 2. And he grounds one to the right side. He'll do it himself, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting, the center
Brandon
fielder,
Marsh will hit
Brandon
next.
Marsh.
Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Next pitch is outside.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Swings and misses. That's strike 2.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
And that one missing low. Hit on the ground to short. Betts. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Up next for the Phillies.
New pitcher on down, Shohei Ohtani.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. First offering, runner goes. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Pickoff throw. Marsh back in on a dive. Runner at second here, one gone. Not close with that one, and it's 2-2.
We got a full count.
That's a strikeout. Ohtani sends him packing.
Now batting.
Trey Turner at the plate.
Trey
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2-1. And a foul ball. Gets a piece and stays alive. Marsh at second with 2 down. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time.
He's out.
So the drop third strike doesn't hurt him, and that's that.
Now pitching.
We're
for
back,
the Phillies.
and they make a change to start
Number
the 6th.
43.
The new pitcher, Carlos Hernandez.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And here is
Leading
Michael
off for Los
Conforto.
Angeles, left fielder Michael Conforto.
Into center. Marsh running hard. Makes a nice running catch. And there's one away. Now the third baseman, Miguel Rojas.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And now it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The other way. And he takes it himself for the out. And up next for Los Angeles, Andy Pages. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Bottom of the 6th inning, and digging in for Philadelphia, Bryce Harper.
Leading off for the Phillies, first baseman Bryce Harper.
Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And now it's Alec Bohm.
For the Phillies,
Taken high in the draft,
third
he's had that
baseman,
top prospect
Alec
labeled
Bohm.
over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
That one
2
missed.
balls, 1 strike.
The Dodgers up by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Broken bat, rolling to first. Bare hand grab onto the pitcher,
He's out.
and they get the out.
Now
Here's the
batting,
left fielder, Max Kepler.
He had more time than he thought right there. Probably didn't have to barehand it, but he made it look nice, that's for sure.
That's in there. And now 3-2.
Full count.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle onto Hernandez, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the
Leading off
7th,
for
and now
Los
the
Angeles,
DH,
the
Max
designated
Muncy.
hitter, Max Muncy.
Out to center. Marsh sizes this one up. Makes the catch for the out. And there's one down. Here's Mookie now. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard.
This ball well hit left center field, and that splits the gap. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
2 strikes.
The 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. One out and a runner at second here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offering upstairs. Ground ball right side. Steps on first for the out. And now Teoscar Hernandez.
Well, he's always a threat. Even if this guy is 0 for 3 for the night with 3 strikeouts, he can come up that 4th time and do damage because he's that good.
In the dirt, blocked. And an excellent job keeping it right there. On the ground to third. Tosses across the first, and Hernandez is out. And the inning is over. Back here in Philadelphia, bottom of the inning. And now for the Phillies, Nick Castellanos. And down on strikes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. And now it is JT Realmuto. Next offering is down low. The Phillies trailing by 2 here at the bottom of the 7th. That was the sweeper, but it missed. And that one in the air center field. And there's 2 away. Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. 2 out, space is empty. That one almost got him. Battling here as he fouls it away. That misses, and the count is filled up.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
9th pitch of the at-bat due next. And there's ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
That's a nice at-bat.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, Alex Vesia.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
So 2 down. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Brandon Marsh. Snap throw to first, and he's back in safely.
This is a good situation if you want to try to steal a base. 9-hitter, man, you're about to turn this lineup over, so get a little momentum.
Runner on the go. Not close. Stop at second with 2 down. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Smith down to first with it. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start
Number
the 8th.
50.
Orion Kirkering.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Will Smith
Leading
steps
off
to the plate
Los
for the
Angeles,
Dodgers.
Catcher Will Smith.
Hit on the ground to the right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting, first baseman
Kike Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And that's
Ball
downstairs and outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one hit to right. Castellanos. And there's one down.
Now batting, left
And next for
fielder,
LA, Michael
Conforto.
Conforto. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
2 strikes.
This one kicks away from Real Muto. No advance, though.
Now batting, third baseman Miguel Rojas.
Miguel Rojas, the next to hit. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner, got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that...
The swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. Back here in Philadelphia, on to the bottom of the 8th. So here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber.
And there's a ball. So what are the skills you look for that make a really good defensive third baseman that elite?
Well, Boog, one of the things I think about immediately are just the feet. Does he have good feet? Is he able to quickly react? And when you have good feet, you've got soft hands. And soft hand defenders are able to make tough plays look easy.
And as well, lots of pop in that bat. So you combine the slug with really good defense. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. Ground ball up the middle. To the pitcher covering, but it's off target. They can't make the play. Here's Trey Turner.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Tying run at the plate. And a count 1-2.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
That misses the zone. It's 2-2. Up the middle. Betts. Over to Edmonds. Double play. That was some defensive wizardry. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound. Luis Garcia.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Here's Harper now. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that is downstairs. And it's 2-1. Way out front for strike 2.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Could be extra bases. Around first, digging for 2. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
All over that one right there. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that, more often than not, you're picking up a knock.
Just missed. To third. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. We go to the 9th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. In time. And to drop third strike leads to the first out.
Now batting.
And now it's Max Muncy.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
Next offering misses down and away. Swings through that one for strike 2.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated.
Oh, now this one's blasted deep to left. Way back there, on its way and out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 5-2. One down. Here's Betts. That's down and in.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
1 out, base is empty, and a run in here at the top of the 9th. And that's in there at the knees. Ground ball left side. Gets it to first. And Betts is set down. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. Just missed. Went with the sweeper, but it misses. On the ground, right side. And foul ball. Strike 3, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Tanner Scott. He comes in with a chance for his second save of the season.
Number 66, Tanner Scott.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. Nick Castellanos stands in for the Phillies. Base is empty, 1 away here in the last half of inning number 9. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Conforto sizing this one up, and there's 2 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
That one finds the zone, and the count is 1-2. Scott is just 1 strike away.
2-2
and that skips in the dirt. Misses. 3-2 now.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
On the ground, and this should do it. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game.
The number 7 is such a